Let's hit them back to back. We have an 8-game Wednesday slate going down for DraftKings and Fanduel. I'll be providing those top plays at each and every position. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D. I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Wednesday NBA slate we got going down for DraftKings and FanDuel. Yes, I said FanDuel. I'll be including that in this video. I know you guys like to be a little crazy about that. Hey, I'm giving plays for DraftKings, but you only spend a little bit of time with FanDuel. Okay, look. The plays are for both sites, okay? When I go over to FanDuel, I will pinpoint the differences in some guys' prices, all right? But the plays I am choosing are good for both sides, okay? All right, let's go. All right. Now, before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. And if you are a subscriber and not, if you are a viewer and not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Currently at 761. The goal is 1K. 1K will be the giveaway. All right. Now, let's get into this right now. I don't want to waste your guys' time. You want quick, concise answers, and I'm here to give it to you. Starting off with the point guard position, all right, and that will be Darius Garland at the point guard position for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is if everything is 100% with him being clear to play. Currently, he's been moved up to questionable. Usually, that is a good sign when players who are out get moved up to questionable. We'll see if he is active during the practice on Wednesday. That'll be another positive sign. They're home, so they'll probably have an early decision on if he's going to play or not. But Garland is the heartbeat of this team. Their floor general, especially since Colin Sexton has been out. But Garland has been very, very good this year. Obviously, making the All-Star team at 7,700. I think he is too cheap in this perfect game environment going up against the Charlotte Hornets. When teams face the Charlotte Hornets, start the entire roster. That's point blank, period. All right. And if Garland is out, then we will go to Brian Goodwin around the 6,000 range. All right. So we're going to play Garland as long as he's going to be cleared. But if he is out, we'll go to Goodwin right here at 6K, okay? That will be the little alteration that we'll be doing, all right? Let's move over to the shooting guard position, and we will be looking at the Utah Jazz's Jordan Clarkson. This is the backup point guard. This is the sixth man for the Utah Jazz. Utah going against Houston. Houston currently, if we're looking at ESPN, they are currently down by 10 against the Clippers. They're in a very bad spot where it's going to be a back-to-back. So today they're facing the Clippers. Then they have to go they have to go back home and then, they're staying home and they'll be facing the Utah Jazz. That is not a good back-to-back scenario. Clippers are in the middle, but the Jazz are a top-tier team in the West. You can probably foresee a blowout, and that is where we'll look at Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, putting up very good numbers as he did against Phoenix. This was more of a close contest. Technically, they were down, and the Jazz fought back valiantly. That second unit came in, and Jordan Clarkson was very, very key for that offense. 22 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds. Finished with 37 fantasy points, and at 5,100, which has been his cheapest for a little bit. He's been up there. So we're getting at his cheapest price. I'm foreseeing probably another 30-point fantasy performance out of Jordan Clarkson, the sixth man for the Utah Jazz, who are probably going to dust the Houston Rockets on Wednesday. Now, let's move over to the small forward position, and we will be looking at Shea Brissette, all right? Brissette going up against the Orlando Magic. This is a very good matchup for forwards going up against the Orlando Magic. This man has a ton of upside, perfect environment, going under the radar because he had a poor performance against Orlando the other day. Only 19 fantasy points, a bad shooting night. We can chalk that up to 1 for 6, only 16% field goal percentage. But if you look at some of his other games, that is not his climax. He is someone that is very, very explosive. Against Boston, 37 fantasy points, 27 and 6 rebounds. A game against the OKC Thunder, 10 and 15. A nice double-double right there. Chipped in with 3 steals, 2 blocks with 1 assist. And then another game against Washington. So you see these upside games. And that's why they raised his price from 5,900 to 6,100. They're already pricing it into it, but he definitely can surpass that because he has 40 bombs in his arsenal. He has 37-point bombs in his arsenal. 19 is not the norm. That is just something that in this home and home situation, he'll definitely bounce back from that. I love Shea Brissette for the Indianapolis Pacers going up against the Orlando Magic. Let's go over to the power forward. And we are going to go to Evan Mobley. Now, like I said, when you're seeing teams going up against the Charlotte Hornets, we want to start the whole entire team. Evan Mobley, part of the Twin Towers here, has been putting up solid performances, has been carrying the weight since Darius Garland has been out, and he's been putting up back-to-back double-doubles, 14 and 11 against Washington, 15 and 10 against Minnesota. Now, this performance here going against Charlotte, this is the game of the year for him and the matchup for the year for him because they struggle against rebounding teams. They struggle against offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding, both sides of that ball. And these guys, Mobley and the center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, should clean up easily. All right. At 7,200, I think that is too cheap. He should definitely get a double-double. Hopefully, it's a 20 and 10 type of performance, something similar to what he did against Atlanta on the 15th, which was a 51 fantasy point performance. I like to see that, and it's very possible going up against Charlotte, who plays no defense and struggles to rebound the ball. So, 7,200, Evan Mobley, yes. All right. Now, we're going to the center position. And there's a ton of options here. Jokic, Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid. Sabonis is getting very, very comfortable with the Kings as well. But the guy we're going to key in on that is saving us some salary and still elite numbers, most likely, will be Jonas Valanciunas going up against the Kings. The Kings are dead last against opposing centers, and J-Val is going to provide a big mismatch down there. As you can see, he's been 3 games in a row, 40 bombs pretty much, 39.0. Chalk that up to a 40 bomb, all right? The game before that, 41.75 against Phoenix, and then against Dallas, 48 fantasy points. And that one, J-Val is really dominating down low. He can occasionally hit that 3 ball, so that's another positive to see out of him. But 3 in a row double-doubles. We're looking for 4, and especially going against the Sacramento Kings, that will probably come to fruition, all right? So 8,000 for J-Val is something we're definitely going to key in on. I love him as a center play. Now, let's go to one of our top value plays of Wednesday, and that will be the defensive-minded Matisse Thybulle. All right, defensive-minded. Yes. There's upside here. He's getting starting minutes with the upgrade to the Philadelphia 76ers offense with James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. They need a defender wing out there. Matisse Thybulle is the perfect fit for this team going up against the Knicks, who are all flustered in their recent stretch of games. Turnovers are going to be very frequent because they really don't have a point guard. No Kemba Walker, no Derrick Rose right now. They're in a mess of things. Quickly is really a shooting guard technically. So they have a lot of problems. Alec Burks is not a point guard. There's just so many problems with the Knicks where Matisse Thybulle, who is very, very keen defensively, creating steals, getting blocks, cleaning up the boards, everything. He can really cash in at 3,900 at this salary. I love him there. All right, so we're going as a value play, Matisse Thybulle. Now, let's go over to FanDuel, and we're going to look at some of the price discrepancies and our lock of the night. And I have an extra play for you, okay, over on FanDuel. We'll start out with Tyler Hero, with Kyle Lowry out. Tyler Hero has stepped up. He's going to get starters minutes. He had 30 plus minutes in that previous game, scored 20 real points. He is a big X factor. And going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to need his 3-point shooting prowess at 6,200 on FanDuel. His price on DraftKings is $300 more. So we're going to save some salary and play Hero on FanDuel at 6,200. I like him on both sites because the upside is huge in a game that can be very, very back and forth. This game has potential to go overtime because these are very two tough-minded teams. Yes, they're defensive. Well, Miami's defensive. Milwaukee just put up points, so I expect Miami to keep up pace with Milwaukee, and then late in the game in that fourth quarter, they'll try to play good, solid defense at the end. All right. Next, another key play we can look at is going to be Jarrett Allen. This is the other part of the Twin Towers that they have for the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7,200. I told you that this matchup against the Hornets is very, very good. So both of these guys should be clearing 10 plus rebounds each. If you want to look at props, go ahead. That can definitely be something you can look forward to with these two guys getting all the rebounds going up against the Charlotte Hornets. All right. I spoke about J-Val on DraftKings. He is $400 cheaper on FanDuel, so I love him over there. If you want to just get away from the chalk of Jokic and Joel Embiid, and I think is Giannis a center? No, he is not a center. If we go to the centers, it's just Jokic and Embiid. So if you want to avoid those guys, be a little bit contrarian, we can look at Jonas Valanciunas at 7,600, all right? And then our lock of the night, he's right there, right in the middle for you guys. That is Jimmy Butler, all right? With no Kyle Lowry, he becomes the main focal point, scoring, assists, rebounds. There's a possibility that he can get a triple-double. If anyone if I want to maximize my points, definitely this is going to be the number one guy on the slate at his price at 8,400, and he can get a possible triple double. By all means, I'm going to be playing Jimmy Butler, and I'll have to spend 10,000, 11,000 in salary for someone that's going to put up similar numbers. Okay, so Jimmy Butler is going to be our main guy on FanDuel, 8,400. Definitely cheap enough over there on DraftKings. Be very mindful, 9,200. So I love him. I love him on FanDuel because they give the boost to 3-pointers and steals and all that. That's Jimmy Butler right there, especially steals. And on DraftKings, the price is increased, but the upside is still there. Okay, so love Jimmy Butler on FanDuel. That is going to be our locker tonight. Let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other ideas at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, or center, value play, or a lock. Let me know down below. If not, then that's fine. Go with my plays and you should cash. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Peace out, guys.